Hey YouTube, it's Ben here with the final video for 2016, and today I'm going to talk about questions that get asked that seem simple but actually are not simple. They actually need a lot more data before an answer can be formulated. So let's get started. Anyone who posts videos on YouTube or on Facebook is going to get asked questions from time to time that seem very easy, very easy and straightforward questions, but yet have no real easy answer. And, I don't fault the people that ask these questions. I mean, an inexperienced or brand new fish keeper is going to want, the simple and quick answer. But the truth is that there's no magic bullet that can really answer the kind of questions that sometimes get asked. And for example, someone will ask a question like, is this filter, like an HOB or a Eheim or a Sun or a Fluval, is this filter the right filter for my tank? Well, there's a lot of factors in answering that question. How many fish are you going to have in the tank? What size is the tank? What's the bioload? What's the stress that you're going to put on that tank? Are you going to have it lightly stocked? Are you going to have it heavily stocked? Is it going to be cichlids? Is it going to be, tetras or neons? Are you going to, there's a lot of different angles that have to be taken under consideration before that question can be answered. And sure, I can give you a yes or a no, just give you a quick answer and try and come off like the expert. But the truth is that to really give you a responsible answer, I'm going to need to get a lot more information from you. Now, being new in the hobby, you might not even know what questions to ask. You might not even know what additional information I would need to give you a reasonable answer. And even the answer I give you, or that anyone gives you, is going to have only a certain amount of application, and application only up until circumstances in your tank change. And as all of us know who keep cichlids, circumstances in our tanks change all the time. It's a kind of a work in progress. Anyone who follows any of the, whether it's the J. Wilsons or the Evan Alexanders or the KG Tropicals, it's a constant. It's like a piece of art that's constantly being worked on and constantly being refined. Another question I get, will this fish, can I add this kind of fish to my tank? Whether it's a Mabuna, create a mixed tank, do I add a hap? Will a hap get along okay in with my peacocks? Who knows? Certainly people will give you their own anecdotal, yes, it worked for me, and yes, they've been peaceful in my tank. That really means nothing for your tank, because each of these fish, as anyone who keeps cichlids knows, these fish all have sort of their own temperament. And you can have an OB in one tank, like this fellow here, that is peaceful, and you can have an OB in another tank that had to be rehomed because it was just destroying all the other fish. So again, these kind of general questions, and I get them all the time. What substrate do you recommend? The substrate really depends on what you like. I mean, ultimately, that's going to be the final decision. You have to live with your tank. What kind of substrate do you like? Black? Do you like white? Do you like something with texture? Do you want something smooth like sand? Do you need some help with your buffering? Does your tap come out under right around 7 or less, and you're keeping cichlids? Then yeah, you're going to need some kind of help with buffering. Maybe you need to consider crushed coral as a substrate. So I'm certainly not trying to discourage people asking questions. As you know, I engage and respond as often as I can and provide information when I can. And when I can't answer the question, I refer out to someone who can, or a group that perhaps can. But the point I'm making is that there is no one-size-fits-all magic bullet that's going to solve really any question that you get in the fish keeping hobby. There are other factors, is my 120 gallon tank going to be enough, big enough for haps? Well, I don't know. There are some haps that need a lot of swimming room. There are some haps that get enormous. There are some, like in your Taiwan reef and your, like your tangerine tigers. There's some haps like that yeah, they'd be happy in that tank. But again, the person doesn't even know the types of fish they want, but they want an answer on the kind of tank or size of tank, the type of filtration, things of this nature. We can certainly provide tips. We can provide tips and share our experience. But as IFG is fond of saying, I mean, you really have to do your own research. It really is just the advice of one complete stranger on the internet, and you have to make up your own mind about these things after extensive research, which can include my videos, but also the videos of others, and visiting blogs like Seriously Fish, cichlid-forum.com, Facebook pages, Aquatic Lounge, IFG Tips and Tricks, my own Facebook page, the Ben O. Cichlid Facebook page. I mean, visit those pages, post your questions there, get lots of different angles on it. You'll hear many different angles and answers to the same question. And then you take all of that information and you make a decision. You decide what you want to do with it and ultimately make up your own mind. So that being said, always keep in mind there's lots of factors, lots of balancing that has to go into decision making when it comes to tanks. And with that said, I want to wish all of you a happy new year, and I hope 2017 is epic for you. And I will be revealing a new tank in 2017. I'm very excited about that. As some of you have joked, I'm no longer going to be Ben with the 60-gallon cichlid tank. I'm going to have to change that. And at any rate, thank you so much for all the support you've given this channel. It's very appreciated. And it's all started it's all about the fish, and it's really taken off with your support, your help. And so that's it for now. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful and safe New Year celebration. And I'll be back in January with a new video, and hopefully by the end of the January with a new tank. All right? Thank you so much, and always remember, you rock, my friend.